Good morning from Universal Orlando. Today is Monday and there's only 4 more days till Halloween Horror Nights opening night. We are here to give you just one more preview on what you can expect, as well as give you some valuable tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your experience for Halloween Horror Nights. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. As you can see, they have the Halloween Horror Nights emblem up. I love those colors. And they have a couple of banners for some of the houses. Let me give you a closer look. Here we have the banners for Insidious, The Further, and A Quiet Place. And over on the other side, you have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and Eternal Bloodlines. Those are 4 of your IP houses for this year. I think those are the only 4 IP houses actually. Yeah, and the other 6 are gonna be Universal Original houses. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that the IP houses are a little bit weak this year, but Universal does a great job every year, and especially with their original houses, so I'm excited either way. So I know that they have the house portals up for each of the houses. They have yet to release an official map for where each house is gonna be located, but I'm gonna do my best to guess. And while I'm here, I am gonna keep looking at my Instagram to see if they do release that map. I notice here that they have one side is blue, and then the other side is sort of like a fuchsia color. Those colors are supposed to represent, I don't know if you call them hosts or icons of the event. Their names are Surreal and Sinister. I guess they're 2 demon sisters that are kind of the icons or the hosts for this year's event. They will have 2 separate scare zones dedicated to them. I'm interested to see what they do. So once you enter Universal Studios, right here in front of Minion Mayhem is your first house portal. And I didn't mean to look, but it is a little bit open here, and it looks like this is gonna be Monstruos of Latin America. In years past, my method has always been to knock out the popular house first, or if you're here for Stay and Scream, just knock out whatever house opens first. But if you're not here for Stay and Scream and you come in with the regular crowd at 6 p.m., then you might want to go in order. As long as you have an express pass, it should be okay to just go in order, just go clockwise and hit the houses up like that. Because if you do have express pass, more than likely you are going to get through all of your houses. If you don't have express pass, or if you don't plan to do all of the houses, just make sure you get a map beforehand and plan accordingly. That way you're efficient in how you move throughout your night. Now walking through Minions Land, across from Bake My Day, over here towards the stage area is gonna be, they already have the switchbacks up for the next house. If I had to guess which house this was, it would be Insidious, but some people say it might be Quiet Place. It is gonna be Quiet Place. Okay, I peeked behind the curtain. Sorry, I cheated. So it is gonna be Quiet Place. That's interesting because right in front of here, they have a Insidious food stand, which is why it threw me off. Looks like they have a menu here for the Insidious food stand. Let's go check it out. I have the Red Door, which is a potato and onion filled ham pie for $9.49. Eggs in the Further. Ooh, eggs at night, nice. Jalapeno brioche egg in the hole with shashuka and feta cheese. And the Last Key Pop, a red velvet cake pop with a chocolate key. You always have to get a specialty beverage to get your Blinky cup. I get a Blinky cup every year. Veil of Shadows is White Claw, black cherry vodka, and the Kuiper creme de cassis, blackberry syrup, pineapple juice, sour mix, and a black licorice candy veil. That's pretty exciting. Okay, so once you go through Minions Land, and in this road right here, let me see if it's named. I don't think it's named, but heading towards Transformers is where you're gonna find this bar. From what I heard and seen, I never really hang out in this section at Halloween Horror Nights, but this is gonna be a bar. It's a pretty big bar. They're gonna have lots of specialty drinks. Looks like Fanta is sponsoring it. Then right across the bar is the Twilight Tavern. Looks like they have a food menu up. Let's go check it out. I'm not gonna read everything, but In the Fog fish and chips. Ooh, fish and chips. The bride's cake, forbidden falafel, and specialty beverages. Nice. Next up is an HHN classic, the Twisted Tater. It's basically potatoes on a stick that are flavored in different ways, and everybody loves these. I have a confession to make. I have yet to try one of these, but I'm going to this year. Past the Jimmy Fallon house is the next portal, and I was definitely not told by a very nice person who passed me by earlier that that was gonna be the Ghostbusters house. We'll see. When you pass Jimmy Fallon and head towards the New York Museum, you always have two entrances for two houses. Not sure which one this one's gonna be, and I'm not gonna look behind the curtain on purpose. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm just gonna do it by accident. Okay, that one's gonna be Insidious. And this next one is gonna be the Triplets of Horror. So that's what they're gonna be, the Insidious house and the Triplets of Horror over here on the right side. And now this is gonna be either the entrance or the exit to the tribute store. It says it right there in graffiti in the front. I can't wait till they open this up. I'm not sure, but I feel like in years past that they've already opened up the tribute store by this time. It's only 4 more days before opening night, which means there's only 3 more nights until Premium Scare Night, which is this Thursday. So I feel like the tribute store should already be open. By the way, there are still tickets available for Premium Scare Night. So I'm hoping that it just means that not a lot of people bought, because I hope that that event wouldn't be crowded, because if you're paying $350, I hope that you don't have to wait in line and that you get to see all 10 houses. Now, the price of that event does include all you can eat food and non-alcoholic drinks, so that's another good deal too. All right, off to our next thing over here, which is our first scare zone that I'm going to talk about with Ye Old Torture Fair. And like I was telling you earlier, that the two demon sisters, Sinister and Surreal, I guess they were going to be separate depending on which path you choose to enjoy. And it looks like this one will be Sinister's scare zone. That must be her right there. The 2 chairs, a couple little torture things. This scare zone traditionally is a lot of fun because there's a lot of room over here for a lot of scare actors. And it's usually crowded, so you don't know who's a scare actor. Sometimes they do a really good job of hiding. And there's fog, of course, so they kind of sneak up on you. It's pretty fun. Here we have the breaking wheel. Another torture device, I assume. Pretty cool. Before I show you the rest of this first scare zone, I wanted to make a right over here in this little street because they have 2 food booths and I want to check them out. They have Ivan's NYC Deli and Grocery. And this has to do with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. You can tell the graffiti says NYC on the sign. And if that wasn't enough proof, you have the Mini Stay Puft S'more, which is a Mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, chocolate bar, and a graham cracker. And it looks like they toasted a little bit for you. And the Frozen Death Chill, which is a Korean corn dog dipped mint cheesecake with bugles and glitter. That is so weird. So I guess you could get those 2 snacks here. Let's see what you can get over here in this other section. You get Slimer's Korean corn dog, which is Korean cheese dog with Fritos coated with Cheetos powder, ghost pepper spice, sage derby cheese, and mozzarella for $11.99. Class V or Class 5 concoction, New Amsterdam vodka, Saint Germain, elderflower liqueur, kiwi syrup, honeydew melon syrup, lime juice, vanilla bean essence, and fluff marshmallow topping for 15 bucks. That sounds good. Garaka's icy breath, honeydew syrup, lime juice, blue curacao, elderflower syrup, and fluff marshmallow topping. $10 discount for the first intervention. With this flyer, 1 coupon per customer. Offers expires September 1st, 1984. I think we're a little late for that one. I love the decorations over here. Okay, back to Ye Old Torture Fair. So they have 2 little other sections here. pickle crate. The Brazen Bull. Wonder if they're gonna trap somebody in there. Huh. Wonder what that's all about. We'll find out soon enough. 4 more days. And they have aim and maim. That doesn't sound like fun. Oh my God, look at all these arrows that missed. Ye old torture goods. Guessing that's some sort of weird Halloween Horror Nights food stand that won't actually be serving food, but they'll probably have a scare actor in there acting like he is. And you have the Blood Eagle. Right now it's covered up, so we're not sure. All we see is that there is blood down there on the pallet. Last time I recorded an update video, they didn't have anything in this alley here behind me, but be quiet, exit only. Yeah, so it is gonna be little food booths, but for a quiet place. Let's go check it out. Yep, it looks like you enter from the other side. It's one section of the booth. And then you got the other section right here. I don't think they have a menu for this one yet. Well, that doesn't look good. So yeah, they do have a menu here. Let's go check it out. They have an Abbott's Farm corn chowder, creamy stew with shrimp and corn and veggies. They have a picture right there. Millbrook's baked beans, quietly cooked baked beans with mashed potatoes, cheddar cheese, and a cornbread muffin for $8.99. And a wooden board eclair. Spicy dark chocolate pastry cream filled eclair, dipped in chocolate ganache with a bloody chocolate plank. Looks like they have a special red light bulb. If you're familiar with the movie, you know what that means. It means trouble. Old Forester Bourbon Bravo Spirits, Lucky for Lernum, the Kuiper's Creme de Cassis, blackberry syrup, lemon juice, and a hint of smoked sea salt. And they'll also be selling drinks like Modelo's, Nutri's, Miller Lights, Lacto Coolers. Also a Cursed Cranberry Vodka Spritz. So over here for Fast and Furious Supercharged, they actually closed this attraction for Halloween Horror Nights season, just because they're going to use a lot of it for the scare houses, I'm assuming. Maybe do a couple of refurbishments too. We're going to assume that this is going to be Major Sweets Candy Factory, just because of this section right here. It has the Major Sweets colors. And I kind of just peeked at the portal, and yeah, it's going to be Major Sweets Candy Factory. But everybody pretty much knew that. But just in case you didn't, you know now for sure. As we enter the San Francisco area, we're gonna enter probably the scare zone I'm most excited about, just because I'm most familiar with it. And it's Blumhouse. Check it out. Right as you enter here, they have a couple of mini stages with speakers. And across the way, they have the black phone. Who's gonna pick it up? Now I was watching another YouTube video where they brought up a good point about the crowd levels over here, that it usually is pretty crowded coming in and out of this scare zone. So I can't imagine that there's going to be too many scare actors around, because there's so much out here too that's going to make it even more crowded. Although they have this stage area, I don't know if it's a stage or if somebody's going to be up there or what that is, but it looks like there's some space over here for people to stand and watch maybe. We'll see. 4 more days. In an earlier video, I wasn't sure what these flowers meant, but I think it's for the purge. I think those flowers represent, if you keep them in front of your house, that means that you support the purge. So that's what that means if you're familiar with the movie. Now this is interesting. These drums are painted the same blue like, well, I guess this whole thing is kind of painted blue, like a bluish green, but it looks almost like the same color that represents the other demon sister, Surreal. So according to what I gather from the information that I know, Surreal, the demon sister, kind of plays into your psychological fears and torture, and Sinister is more of like physical fear and torture. Sounds pretty scary to me. Now, I don't know if this was Universal or if this was somebody just playing around, but they left a bunch of jelly beans here. I don't know if that means something from a movie. No, it looks like it's glued on here. So it definitely is supposed to be there. So here in my past videos, I always wondered what this was gonna be. I was hoping that it was gonna be karaoke. Looks like it's some sort of Wolfman stand, maybe a movie announcement. I'm not sure if this was announced just yet. You guys can let me know in the comments, but they have some bales of hay, some trees, and that's what the banner says, Wolfman. And this is what's across from King's Cross over here. So in my last Halloween Horror Nights update, I assumed that they didn't have anything ready in Diagon Alley for Halloween Horror Nights. I assumed wrong, but I'm gonna get it this time. So let's go. Last year, they started bringing the Death Eaters here during Halloween Horror Nights, and they confirmed that this year they will be coming back. So that's yet another thing you could do here at Universal Orlando during Halloween Horror Nights. Not only that, but Diagon Alley is usually less busy than the rest of the park, and one of the most popular rides here, which is Escape from Gringotts, usually has a short wait, so that's good. Every time Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees are singing, I always have to stop and watch them, at least for a few seconds. So right now it's about 10:45 in the morning, and Escape from Gringotts, it's only a 25-minute wait. That's not too bad. So although it might look a little bit familiar, there are a few things here that are set up especially for the Death Eaters, and I'll show you one of them real quick. See this crate right here? They have some special green lights that when they're lit, that's when you know that they're around, so look for them. Sometimes they might even find you. Just in case you're not familiar, the Death Eaters are special characters from the Harry Potter movies that are sort of like, I guess, villains, without going too far into the story. But they come around with their wands and kind of interact with everybody during Halloween Horror Nights. They're not out the whole night. They're out at only certain times throughout the night. So if you come here, just hang out for a while or ask somebody. They might be able to tell you. Last year, I especially had luck when I was here around 10:30 at night. Hope that helps. Over here, by entering Nocturne Alley, is another crate. Which looks like it's a section that they added for the Death Eaters. And in my experience last year, the Death Eaters usually showed up in the stage area, right by where Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees sings. So if you hang out around that area, they'll eventually show up. Once you come out of Diagon Alley, the rest of London is a nice little break from the Halloween stuff. Up until you pass these restrooms over here, heading towards the bridge that leads you to Springfield. I'll show you. These restrooms right here, you can either choose to go left or right. For right now, I'm gonna go right because there's a couple of food booths there, and then we'll wrap around and go left because that's where Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus is where it's gonna take place. Looks like this tent right here is gonna be a Wanna Hunt Fanta, another mini bar section, and it's gonna offer all their specialty drinks. It's probably a good place to get your Blinky cup. Don't forget to get your Blinky cup. And past that Fanta tent, heading towards the bridge over here in Springfield, you have another food booth. Not sure what it's called, but let me find out. Looks like it's just called Food, located at Dortofino Bridge. They have a harissa barbecue turkey wing, crispy turkey wing coated with spicy harissa barbecue sauce for $6.99. Doesn't look that big. They have pumpkin guts. Butternut squash zucchini noodles with pumpkin seeds and vegan butter inside. And for dessert, a goblin pie, baked mini apple pie with cinnamon sugar and a bloody raspberry jam. No picture of that, but they also have ghoul juice. As a person who's very detail oriented and loves to plan out every minute of my trips and my park days, I am so excited that they have showtimes posted for Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus, and here they are. Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus, they'll have showings at 8 p.m., 9:30, 11, and 12:30 a.m. So there you go, 4 shows 4 opportunities for you to see it every night that you're here. I do recommend that you get in line at least half an hour before the show. Whatever time you figure out that you want to see the show, get yourselves over here at least half an hour before. They do have capacity limits and they will not allow you to enter if they're at capacity, obviously. They got the big old banner up for Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. So excited. Just in case the sun was blocking it, they had a funny glare over there in the other banner. So I do want to show you the show times once again. It's 8 p.m., 9:30, 11, and 12:30. So according to some of the people I watch on YouTube, these 2 screens indicates that there's gonna be 2 entrances for 2 different scare houses here by the stage where Nightmare Fuel is held. So we'll see. I didn't see any indication, but we can check out the other portals and kind of do the math from there, right? So in my last update video, I mentioned that over here past the MIB area, there would be an entrance for 2 houses. Usually is, but this year it's not going to be. It's only gonna be 1 house, and I'm gonna see if I can see what it is. It's like this portal over here past the Men in Black restrooms is gonna be for Slaughter Cinema 2. The portal that they normally put in this area is now in Springfield on the side of the Simpsons ride. I'll show you that. It's time for my PSA about drinking water, staying hydrated. Water is free here. You can bring any kind of refillable cup and go to any freestyle machine and get yourself some free ice water. As you can see here, I have a Coca-Cola Freestyle cup back from Mardi Gras a couple of years ago. I did not activate it today because I knew I was only gonna drink water. So these cups are good, whether or not you're gonna activate them or not. And by activating them, I mean you could always take it to a snack stand that sells these. They will activate the cup for you to get free refills for the rest of the day. You do have to pay around 10 or 11 bucks just to activate it for free refills. But the first time you buy these cups, it's usually closer to 20 bucks, depending on how many cups. They usually have multi-cup specials. Over here on the side of the Simpsons house is another portal. This is gonna be for Museum of Deadly Exhibits. That's gonna be the first time I've seen an entry portal for a house in that section of the park. That should be interesting. I wonder why they did that. Once you pass Springfield, before you enter the section for DreamWorks Land, turn to your left and there's gonna be more food booths for Halloween Horror Nights. Let's go check it out. Yeah, right in here they have a huge section. Snack stands and bars and drink stands. Let's check out the menus. Over here you got Slaughter Cinema. Let me make sure you can see it good. They have a couple of specialty beverages here. Now this is probably the most interesting menu I've found so far. You got a summer camp dog, deep fried all beef Nathan's hot dog topped with Tostitos nacho cheese, baked beans, pepper relish, and Doritos crumble. A ropa vieja walking taco, Doritos, ropa vieja, salsa roja, lettuce, sour cream, and Monterey Jack cheese. Rocks from Hell, crispy jalapeno and cheddar cheese, stuffed lumps of coal, cinema popcorn, flaming hot Cheetos, flavored popcorn, and your vegan option of vegan walking taco, Fritos, vegan chili, vegan sour cream, lettuce, Diablo sauce, and vegan cheddar cheese. And a couple of non-alcoholic beverages. This one is definitely the most interesting menu I've seen so far. Cary Drive-In. Cary, for those of you who don't know, is part of the lure of Halloween Horror Nights. It's a town where scary stuff tends to happen over there. They've used it in multiple houses throughout the years, storylines, and now they're adding it to this booth. So we enter our next scare zone. And this one's called Swamp of Fear. It's all decked out, covered up, ready for Halloween Horror Nights in 4 days.
Doesn't seem like it.
Just this section right here with the airboat or fan boat, whatever you want to call it. Right after Swamp of Fear is our next food booth, is El Mercado de los Monstruos. Let's go check out their menu. And here's the menu right here. They have a heart beef tostada. Looks like it's gonna be more of your Tex-Mex type of food or Mexican food, depending on what you consider Mexican food. Heart beef tostada, red beet tartare with hummus, vegan feta, and watercress on a crispy tortilla. And spinal column pinchos, grilled chicken tenders with a red chimichurri. Okay, that's not Mexican. Pork carniceria, slow roasted mojo pork with a mole sauce on a tortilla. Or chocolate tres leche, milk soaked chocolate cake with whipped topping and canela. Canela is cinnamon. Specialty beverages are la depredadora. Misguided spirits, silver rum. Looks like it's a rum pineapple lime drink. Cool. And they'll have a couple of other canned beverages. So that's what you got. I failed to mention this earlier, but the portal that we saw on the side of the Simpsons ride, that is the last portal for the last house. So that was 10 altogether. If I find a picture of a map that is correct based on what I saw today, I will post it up here in editing. But just in case, I'll list them out here at the end of the video, so we recap where all the houses are. Okay, so there you have it. We got through all 10 portals. I wrote them down here on my notes just so that I can kind of list them out again for you. So if you start clockwise from when you enter Universal Studios, the first house you're gonna hit is the Monstruos of Latin America. That's the one that's located by Minions. And then the next house you're gonna hit is the Quiet Place. That's the one that's gonna be by the performance stage. Then Ghostbusters is in front of Jimmy Fallon. Then the next two houses that are right next to each other, well, the portals are anyway, are gonna be Insidious and then Triplets of Horror. And then you're gonna hit up Major Sweets Candy Factory. That's the one that's gonna be in the Fast and the Furious ride section. Then once you pass the stage where Nightmare Fuel is being held, you're gonna have two portals this year. And they're gonna be for the Goblins Feast and the Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. I just did the math. They don't have anything posted officially for that one. They don't have posters over there. They just have two digital screens that don't have anything, but based on what I saw from everything else, those are the two houses that are gonna be there. Past the MIB area, you're gonna have Slaughter Cinema 2. And then finally, on the side of the Simpsons ride, you'll have Museum of Deadly Exhibits, and that'll be the last house if you are following your route being clockwise. Based on where they place the houses, I believe that the Ghostbusters house will be one of the first ones to open during Stay and Scream. They usually open one at 5:15, one or two. Ghostbusters, they probably think that's gonna be one of the more popular houses just because it's a popular IP, even though a lot of people weren't happy with that last movie, but it'll probably still be interesting. But they put it where 2 years ago, I believe it was the Halloween house there, and then last year it was the Stranger Things house, which is probably the most popular house of last year. So that's where they put the Ghostbusters house. I will definitely take advantage of trying to get to the earliest house I can, just because I'm very eager to get through all 10 houses as soon as I can. So a couple of tips that I have for everybody is stay hydrated, get an express pass if you can, and if you can't, purchase the Stay and Scream if you don't have a daytime ticket. But remember, if you do have a daytime ticket or you're an annual pass holder, you can be here while they're kicking everybody out at 5 o'clock and get in line for one of the first houses that open up. They usually open up before 6 p.m., which is when everybody else comes in. Now, keep in mind that if you do Stay and Scream, and this is your only time here, you will miss the opening ceremonies, which is something that happens right before they let the general crowd in. But for me, if I'm trying to get everything done, I'm not worried about the opening ceremonies. I can always just watch that on YouTube. Somebody else will probably get a better view than I can. And throughout the season, I'll be sure to get that for you too. I will stay in front of the entrance for general entry. That way I get some footage of the opening ceremonies for you. Just in case I didn't show you, I don't think I did show you in this video, but today they put out the new Halloween Horror Nights Freestyle cups. It's a really nice blue color. It has like that punk rock horror theming, I guess, all over it. It's really nice. I had to get one. I always get one. I was really hoping that they opened up the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store for today so I can get some of that for you. I will be back probably Thursday. So I'll get a little bit of that for you. Hopefully it'll be open by then. I hope you liked this video and you got some helpful stuff out of it. I would really appreciate if you give us a like and subscribe, as it helps me grow my channel and extend these tips to a wider audience. For more fun theme park videos, tips and tricks, go ahead and click above my head. And until next time, remember to always keep maximizing your fun.